Kills me. Kills me. We'll move over to the left a little bit. To the left a little. Let's see him. Try to connect to. All right, we're going to give it a few minutes here. I'm really disappointed with the YouTube. Yeah, now it's letting people know that I'm here. Now it's sending out a notification that I'm live. Let's see if people will actually join this time. Hey, Marco, what's up, my friend? I just tried to do this live, and for some reason, YouTube was acting wonky. So I figured, well, I'm going to delete that live and try again. And it looks like it's working now. Appreciate you joining. The reason I wanted to do this is because this is a very special arrival for me. It's an actual grail for me, even though this pocket clip is absolutely killing me. Happy Monday, my friend. Hope your day went well or is going well if you're still working. Yeah, I am curious. I'll have to go downstairs and check in a little bit. Yeah, so I got off a little early. I had to run to UPS, do an Amazon return, and then get some gas. So I filled up the truck from a quarter of a tank. That was like 40-ish bucks. And then ran to BJ's and got some groceries. And when I came home, it was here. I didn't think it would be here till like Tuesday or Wednesday, but it did come in a little bit earlier. So I'm happy about that. I do apologize for the angle. I know I don't do verticals very often. Certainly not as often as our friend KC, but this was like the fastest and easiest way to get this up for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead, since you joined, I'm going to go ahead and start showing really quick. Let me change the angle a little bit, change the camera down. So this came in today. I figured since I can't go to Blade Show and I had to sacrifice and get into a car payment when I wasn't ready and just some things that have been going on, I decided to go ahead and splurge and pick up a grail of mine. So I picked up I think this is the Gen 2 or maybe the Gen 3. It might actually say on the box. Gen 2. Yeah, Gen 2 McNeese Mac 2 3.5 inch magnet cut steel. I just got the blue Anno, which I think looks really good. This is like a perfect size for me. 3.5 inch. The 3 inch is way too small for me, so I really like the size of this. You know what? I couldn't remember. Okay, so it is flat ground. I couldn't remember if they were doing these in hollow or not. But nice lightweight knife. I'm really surprised how lightweight it is. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Very excited about that. Do you guys know, is anyone out there making a better clip for this? This clip that's kind of crazy. Is that normal for the clip to be that large like that, to bubble out? Not quite sure. But it is a grail in my collection. Will it stay? We will see. I'd like to think so. It joins the small USA collection that I have still in my inventory with the Manix 2 lightweight, the bug out that my wife bought me, this one, and actually I did sell the Shaman. I forgot about that. I sold the Shaman because I want to get a Bodacious. I'm just waiting for an exciting steel to come out. But, oh goodness. Definitely needs some breaking in. I also can't remember if this is just riding on the raw titanium, sort of like how the Aries does, or if he actually is now using washers. So a couple things I gotta figure out about this one, but I loved the style of this. Thought it was a really nice design ergonomically. It's very comfortable outside of this pocket clip, which is really killing my hand right now. But I wanted to join on here for a few minutes and, like I said, show that off to you guys and share the experience with you of me picking up a grail. I very rarely pick up something at this price point. Actually, almost never pick up anything at this price point. I think in the length of time I've had the channel, I've had the Koenig Aries. I've had the Umenzon, the Sabenza, and the Nkosi. And then an 80-20.5 in full titanium. I ended up not hanging on to any of those just because to me it was so odd to have something at that price point, but I don't know if that'll happen with this one. I've really wanted one for a long time. Love the design, love the size. It's certainly a large amount to have tied up in it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I might hold off on doing any pocket clips or anything like that until I carry it for a couple weeks, just to make sure. Just to make sure that I don't have any kind of buyer's remorse or anything like that. So what are you guys getting into? Anything good? I'm not stepping on KC's vertical Izzy. I know sometimes he goes vertical around this time, and I just want to make sure that he's not vertical. This was in between, because the unboxing is not going to get uploaded. This was in between the pocket clip and the frame to protect it from the anode getting dinged up. And I'm just checking out the stickers that came with it. So he has his Knife Freaks sticker in here. And then he has who it was assembled by and when it was born. And I guess this is the COA. Established in 2008. So I'll keep all that together in the box. Hey, what's up, Twice Born? Hey, Ponce, how you doing? Driving and listening will drive safe, my friend. I came online because I did a very rare thing for me that I very rarely ever, never do. And I picked up a grail of mine. I was just showing it off to some of the folks that were here already. So McNeese, Mac 2, Magna Cut, Gen 2. What I was asking folks, I'm not familiar, so I'll have to do some research to see if they make a pocket clip that's not quite so, I mean, I was just shocked that this protrudes out so much. I almost feel like, did this get bent incorrectly somehow, some way? It digs into the hand just a little. It's not awful, but it definitely is sticking out of there. Hey, Twice Born. And I also can't remember if this rides on the raw titanium or if this, and really you can't see. I feel like it does have the steel bearings, but I can't remember if my McNeese 2 3-inch was riding on the raw titanium or if it had washers underneath of there for it to ride on. Very smooth action, considering that I just pulled it out of the box when I got home. Haven't had it for very long. But I love that dark wash. It's a beautiful dark wash that they did on there. Let me flip it to the other way so you guys can see. There you go. That's a little bit better of a camera. It's a beautiful dark wash. And then on the corners, you can see a little bit of gold on there. Very nice. But I have to dive into it, and the leg's kind of in the way of the tripod. I'll have to dive into it and see. I can't remember what the situation is. I think I didn't do skiffs on my Aries because of the fact that it was riding on the raw titanium. And then I definitely need to check out a little bit of a lower profile pocket clip. That pocket clip is wild. Wild, wild, wild. Does McNeese sell like just a mill titanium clip would be awesome on this. That would be super, super clean. Man, very, very comfortable. I can tell from the last one that I experienced to this one that he has refined this one a ton. There's like no hot spots. The lock bar access is really good. Yeah. I think that pocket clip will be like the main thing that I would want to change if this one's going to be. Oh, all right, Marco, you dropped a link in there. Is that on, okay, McNeves.com? Okay. I'll go check that out when I hop off of here. Standard, long, deep carry bent clip, fits Gen 1 and Gen 2, Mac 2 and Gen 2 automatic models. Okay. Very cool. I'll go check that out when I hop off of here. I'm just going to sit on here for just a couple more minutes. But I wanted to share this with you because I generally don't do unboxings, right? I do like what's in this week and then I do full reviews. I will do a full review of this one. And it's a standard bent over clip. Okay. I'll go check that out. That might suit the problem. That just sticks way out. Isn't that kind of crazy? I wonder if anybody has given him the feedback on that. Pocket clips are tough, man. It seems like companies either nail it or are just way far off from it. Hey Pyro, this is the McNees Mac 2 Gen 2. This is a grail knife that I wanted to pick up. Normally this is well out of my comfort zone as far as price point, but I'm not going to be able to go to Blade Show this year due to a hospital visit that I inflicted upon myself. On my finger, I had to get some stitches on that ER visit, and then recently had to go into a car payment because my old Subaru was just demanding too much money for repairs. So as a little treat to myself, I went ahead and picked this one up. Now, I will say I've had a Sabenza, an Nkosi, an Umanzan, I've had an AD20S in full titanium, and then I've had a Aries, and I never seem to hang on to them too long. I always am reluctant to carry these. They end up kind of being like a grail / save queen that I never really want to use and cut with, and to me that's kind of not really the reason to have that. So I'm kind of hoping I feel differently about the McNees and that I'll carry it and cut with it some, but we'll see. 5:35. What's up, Dwayne? How you doing, my friend? I hopped on really quick since I don't do unboxings to show off. This just came in today. I wanted to share with everyone, all my peeps. Like I said, I can't go to Blade Show. Some other stuff happening, so I decided to do a little treat to myself and splurge in a way that I normally do not. I don't really love this pocket clip, but Marco told me that McNees actually offers like a standard fold over deep carry clip option on here. This pocket clip is just a bit much. It sticks way out into my hand, and I don't really like that, so we'll see. Blade steel is Magna Cut. Magna Cut, probably can see that. I don't know if it'll focus. Will it focus if I, nope. Magna Cut steel, USA made. This was made in December of 24. Very nice knife, man. I can tell that I've handled some of the earlier versions, and I can just tell that he has really refined all the edges, and everything that I complained about on the earlier versions have all been remedied. This is a great size for me for everyday carry. Would be able to easily handle all my EDC tasks. And I can try to turn the lights on to see if I can get a little better lighting. I don't know if that helps any, so you guys can see the blue. So it looks like it's been kind of dark washed and tumbled. And then it looks like they did the anodizing on top of that. The blue didn't go all the way through like these hard corners the way that it was tumbled. Has kind of like a bronze-ish hues to it. And I am curious to see if he's using washers or if these bearings, these steel bearings in here are just riding on the raw titanium. Man, the Hogue Deca is a solid knife and a far better price point for a USA made knife for sure. So definitely much more affordable. And then I think the aftermarket is really starting to come on for the Hogue Deca. I really do. I like it a lot. They do I think they do a solid job on their crossbar locks. Now I have encountered some knives that are a little bit, sorry, my tripod is leaning there, that do a little bit better job with the detent on there, but the Hogue is very nice. Now I did install some stronger springs on my Benchmade bug out, and that made it feel a lot better. So that could be an option, but I feel like the early version versus the MagnaCut version of the Deca that I handled, I feel like they've really gone to like a stronger spring as well, because I feel like the detent on that one is nice, but it's got a really good slicing geometry, especially if you got the Wharncliffe version. That's a great utility cutter. What scales did you go with? Did you go with original goat? Yeah, to me, that's a huge upgrade on the bug out and on the Decas. Just getting the springs upgraded. That's a huge upgrade on those, in my opinion. Went with the aluminum original goats. Nice. Did you go with just a sterile, or did you get a certain pattern, like a gunstock pattern or a frag or a diamond? That's what I did with my Manix 2 lightweight. I went from the plastic scales or the FRN scales. I went to the aluminum skinny scale with the, I forget what they call that green Cerakote on it, but it's really nice. This is really already just sitting here starting to break in. I'll have to look. All right, Joe. Catch you later, my friend. I appreciate you stopping in, hanging out for a minute. Yeah. I'm going to go check out that pocket clip, and then I'm going to try to see if he is letting this just ride raw on the titanium still, or if he's throwing washers in here, because a lot of people like to skiff their knives. But if he's using the steel is going to be a little bit softer, and if he's using ceramic, he will need the hardened washers that are going in here. I know that you can do stuff for titanium to make it a little bit harder, but I will probably just leave the steel ones in here. You guys want to see this? You guys might want to see this. Let me just let me see if I can find an angle so that you guys can watch. I'm just gonna crack in here. I'm so curious. Make sure. Oh, that feels like an 8. Ooh, nice tight tolerances on there. Goodness gracious. All T8 hardware. So let's crack in here and have a look-see. I am curious. All titanium. A little bit of thread locker on there, I noticed. But I'm just curious to see if it's riding on washers or if it's riding on the titanium. Very easy disassembly, not overdone as far as the thread locker is concerned. It just has a touch on there and actually doesn't have any in the pivot. And it could be that the, the tolerances are tight. Let's see here. Yeah, so it definitely is riding on that pocketed titanium, and it is still steel bearing construction. That stop pin stopped. Sorry, and I'm not sure if I'm showing it to you well enough or not. There we go. Couldn't quite get it out of there. So I would not, I'm not going to swap this over to skiffs, but since I have it apart, you guys get a live first look at the inside of my new grail. We're going to go ahead and just clean it up. For those that have watched, in the past, you have seen me do hundreds of disassemblies. Oh, and there is no steel lock bar insert on this either. So it is just a full titanium construction. It's very smooth for it being titanium. I have to reach out to Sat2 Dave to get educated on what you do to harden titanium and prevent it from wearing out when rubbing against steel like that. Because I know that there's some tips and tricks and things that you can do to prevent that from happening. Oh, it is very dirty in there. I had that pulled out for a different knife and didn't end up actually needing that. All right. So you guys are getting to look at a very live, raw disassembly. I don't even know who's here. Hey, Mally, how you doing? I'm having to lean over, I apologize, the phone, since it's a vertical live, to see the chat. But we're just going to really quickly put this one back together. I wanted to jump on and share the experience with you guys. I have a grail that has come in. And I actually have a lot of questions. And I may actually reach out to McNeese. Did I not clean this? Because that is really dirty. I may reach out to McNeese and just ask, you know, and I'm sure it comes with the warranty and everything, but it is a titanium lock bar and the steel bearings are riding directly on the titanium scales. So I just want to talk to him because I just don't know, you know, if you heat up the titanium, is that what prevents it from wearing down, breaking down, making it harder, etc.? I don't know that. I don't know enough to know those answers. So I'm going to reach out and ask. Somebody might be probably in the chat screaming at me what the answer is to that. And it may even be on his website, so maybe I read first instead of asking him a question that he may have the answer posted on his website to the question that I have. There it is. I can't even see the dropper. My lighting is low because I just jumped on real fast. I don't have anything set up like I do for a normal live stream. I'll be right there with you guys to chat and answer any questions and obviously respond to any comments of what I have been talking about here for the last however long this has taken. The tooling on this is super tight, guys. There it is. That sounds gritty. Must be the stone wash. Okay. That's too tight. I know you can't. Oof, that tooling is very tight on those. He's definitely making this entire knife in-house. You definitely don't want to over tighten the titanium against the steel. So I'm going to just check to make sure that I'm like right there, balanced what I need to be. There it is. I want to make sure I'm not cross-threading any hardware. All this titanium is going to be a little bit softer than heat-treated steel. So I just want to be sure that I'm not too tight, that I don't have any play. Oh, that's feeling loose. No play. Ooh, that feels loose. Yeah, I think I can go a little bit tighter. That feels loose still. Yeah, that's still loose. Oh my gosh, it keeps wanting to take the bit. Just a little bit of play. I'm making very small adjustments just because I don't want to over tighten it and create a track. Oops. I think we might be good. Yeah, don't want to go any tighter. All right, let me see what you guys are chatting about before I wrap up. I apologize if I've missed any comments that have. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, solid knife. Yeah, I'm curious too. Just raw dog, all titanium on steel. Yes. Yeah, it might be carbonized. I'm going to read on his, Invalid, I'm going to read on his website first before I go running and asking him questions. No, it's actually pretty light. Let me grab my scale and check. I think it's light. It is a full titanium constructed knife. I'm going to guess 4 ounces-ish. So coming in at 4.5, I'm sure you guys will believe me. I said 4 ounces-ish. It came in at 4.5 on the scale. So relatively lightweight, especially considering I'm carrying today. This came in the mail today, so I'm carrying my Mini Nova. And I want to say this one's 4.2. Let me see. Yeah, 4.2. Wow, memory is doing good today. And then the Mini Nova, let me make sure I get a good grip on these. Just to kind of show you, coming in at 4.2 is a little bit smaller than the 3.5-inch McNeese Mac 2, but it's also bigger than the 3-inch McNeese Mac 2. So this is 4.2 and this is coming in at 4.5. So I think that's pretty competitive size for weight. I really love this little one. But I'm gonna go research the titanium. It's interesting because the steel bearings, they're Delrin style, riding on the titanium. No lock bar insert, but absolutely zero lock stick. Just really fascinating. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up, guys. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me for a little bit and getting to check this one out. I figured 30 minutes is probably a good length video to pop up for others to come back and watch later. And I'm gonna go check on the dog, get myself something to eat, wait for the wife to get home so that we can do a walk and hang out for the evening. And then I'm gonna catch KC's live a little bit later. I hope all of you have a fantastic week. I'll catch you on Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my normally scheduled live. Have a great week. I'm out of here. Peace.